Hey chat, how are you? Sigh. So, I've had this $10 Subway gift card burning a hole in my pocket for years. An old boss at an old job gave it to me for Christmas. And it's just been plaguing me. Like, I'm always like, I have this in a last. If World War III were to break out, I could get a sub and I'd be fine and dandy for about 4 to 5 hours. But it's just been sitting there, and every weekend, I threaten my wife, Carolyn, and I say, I'm going to get me a sub. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to get me a Subway Sammy this weekend. This is it. And I've been doing this for years, I say, but I just can't bring myself to do it because there's nothing more unappealing than a Subway sandwich. Can we be honest? There's just always, I'd rather Carolyn cook, or I'd rather starve than get a Subway sandwich. But this weekend, just like every other weekend for the past 3.5 years, this weekend I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get me a Subway Sammy. I wanted to get takeout, or as the British say, takeaway. But I didn't want to spend $20 for myself and then 30 to 40 if Carolyn came along. I was like, it's time. It's time to blow my Subway wad. And it's hot in Sacramento / West Sacramento. So I wanted something cool. Sammy fit perfectly. All the forces were lining up. My worlds were colliding. I was like, this is my time. It's my time to shine, baby. So it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a sandwich, something nice and cool on a hot summer day. But in a regular restaurant, I am against ordering a sandwich till the cows come home. Do not order a sandwich in a restaurant. They're making mad bank off sandwiches. Some bread, a leaf of iceberg lettuce, maybe a tomato, some mayonnaise, and that's it. And there's no cooking involved. You can make that at home. You can make 70% of a restaurant sandwich at home for 6 cents. So ordering a sandwich in a restaurant is strictly verboten in my world. At Subway, I usually get the cold cut combo because it has bologna. And I like bologna. What happened to bologna? It's a round, flat hot dog. And as kids, we loved the Bologna, okay? Oscar Mayer. But now that we're an adult, there's no more Bologna out there. You never hear about Bologna. People don't buy Bologna. And bologna's good. It's good. So since it was a free sandwich, I thought, let me splurge. Let me do me. YOLO. Hashtag YOLO. I got the number 31. It's a cheesy garlic steak. I was like, I like all three. I like cheese, I like garlic, I like steak. Let's do this. Foot long, number 31 cheesy garlic steak. $14.89. Okay. $15 for a Subway Sammy. Now they're running a promo where you get a foot long of your choice for $6.99, saving $7.90. That's over half off, almost $8. So I think that's a screaming good deal. $7 for a foot long, half price. Remember the $5 foot long? $5 foot long, hammy. I blame Jared. I really do. Bring back the $5 foot long. They also have a meal. It's like it's a 6-inch bag of chips or 2 cookies and a beverage for also $6.99, which I think that's a fair price. That's a good deal. Carolyn she usually gets wraps whenever we do sandwiches, but she opted for the meatball sub. So we were both on the flow, on the carpet, ordering from Subway.com. I like ordering from my laptop. It's a big screen. I'm not staring at my telephone like we all do way too much of. And I like having a browser and large pictures, high-res pictures. and I don't have to point and zoom and tap and zoom and all that. But some places don't have, they only have an app and you can't order from their website. McDonald's, I'm looking at you, Ronald McDonald, okay? Clown boy. But Subway, you can order from their website. Ordered ahead for 4. So my order went in at 4:34. Okay, and it said your order will be ready at 4:55. I get to the shopping center, Southport Town Center, in beautiful West Sacramento, California, at 4:46. And I walk in, and my sandwiches are ready. So, order goes in 4:34. They say pick up 4:55, but 4:46, my Sammys are ready. So, did they make the order at 4:34 or 4:35? And then if I'd waited till 4:55, that's 9 minutes. 9 minutes, a Subway sandwich, and 9 minutes becomes inedible. It doesn't get any better with every passing nanosecond. It just gets worse by the moment. So I wish they would have been like, yeah, come pick it up now. And we're starting to make it right now. Domino's has that. They have the pizza tracker where it's like a progress bar, and it says we're putting it in the oven, it's baking, and it has it's like surfing YouTube, the little bar where you can navigate to the left, to the right, beginning, middle, end of a video. Have you heard of it? But Subway doesn't have that, so luckily I got there just in the nick of time. Bring it back to Smash, to House in our home, because I didn't want to eat. Well, Carolyn didn't want to go to Subway with me. I don't blame her. And I didn't want to eat a foot-long sandwich by myself in Subway. That's just the epitome of sadness, folks. It really is. Come back, unwrap my sub, and the Subway bread. It's something to behold. There's nothing like it on the planet. No matter, no material. It's like unobtainium. From that stupid Marvel movie I just watched, Captain America, which I'll be reviewing in 6.5 minutes. It's just weird. It's a unique, all into its own. It deserves its own square on the periodic table. Okay, it's bizarre. It's strange. It's not bread, but you know what? Whatever. Who cares? But there's nothing like it on the planet. The steak, listen, Subway steak, bad quality, very, very bad. But they slice it really thin, so it like lessens the badness. You're not eating steak. It's like steak air particles or steak mist or some sort of steak molecules or steak fog. You're just getting the surface of the steak, which makes it better than if it was just a thick piece of low quality bad steak. So it's not bad, but it's not good either. The whole thing was too salty, or as my mom would pronounce it, too saucy. The sauce, and I asked for extra salt because I knew there would be very, very little taste. But the sauce, the cheeses, the salt itself, the steak, just too much. The aioli, whatever that is, it's mayonnaise. It's too much of too salt, way too much. It was a salt bomb, and it was just, I didn't mean no likey. There was no taste. Literally, I tasted nothing. I was eating. I visually saw steak and vegetables and bread and sauce and all that crap. But chewing it and consuming it and eating it and swallowing it, and I was just, there is nothing. There was nothing. It was completely absent of taste. It was quite astounding if you think about it. As Charles Barkley would say, terrible, terrible. All of the calories, none of the enjoyment. So I'm sad we didn't get takeaway, but I'm happy we saved $40. So my sandwich and Carolyn's with the promo, $6.99 foot long, and then the $10 gift card. It was $4 for both of our Sammys. Not bad at all, if I don't say so myself. I guess in a nuclear holocaust, Subway is going to be high living, but outside of that, no, never. I'll never pay. But give me a gift card, shoot, I'll eat. I'll house this Subway, Sammy. Captain America, Brave New World. Aldous Huxley is rolling over in his grave right now. Watch Captain America Brave New World. It's now on streaming, wherever you stream. My takeaway, it's the Temu Marvel. Okay? The hand-to-hand combat, right from the jump, it's slow, it's sluggish, it's clunky. Hire the John Wick stunt choreographers. Do you guys know that there's ground being broken and stunts and hand-to-hand combat and fistfights, and it's super cool. Look at John Wick, look at The Matrix, but this was just, look at Bullet Train, but this was just like, well, you know what? Temu stunt choreographers, that's what it was. Anthony Mackie picking up the shield from Chris Evans. He says the S word a few times, okay? Is this the hero we need to look up to? Is this the hero we need right now? Cursing? That's like, really? What happened to Kuth? My superheroes must have Kuth. The real appeal is Bucky shows up for a few minutes, and you really get the sense between him and Anthony Mackie that they're just bros. They love each other in front of the camera, they love each other behind the camera, and there's just a real friendship there, real camaraderie, and that's the appeal, the tiny appeal of this movie. And the Avengers in general, you get that they get along and they're out for each other, and they have each other's back, and they're friends, and they get along great, and it translates to the screen. And for Bucky's few minutes, him and Anthony Mackie, bros, man, bring it in here, bro. The new kid Joaquin is good, so Anthony Mackie is Captain America, and then Joaquin dude is the new Falcon. He's good, likable, fun, handsome fella. Speaking of handsome, there's a shirtless Anthony Mackie scene. Ooh, don't mind if I do. But then there's a shirtless Harrison Ford shot, and it's like, pass, hard pass on that one. Red Hulk comes out the last 15 minutes. Like, what the heck? Thanks for giving me all those awesome battles throughout the movie. Marvel. I was about to say Joss Whedon. Kevin Feige. Joss Whedon got canceled. Liv Tyler, daughter of Harrison Ford. She gets about 3 minutes screen time at the very end. And I was like, okay, what kind of... I thought you were a Nepo daughter. I thought Steven could get you the plum rolls. What's up with this few minutes at the very end of the movie? The very end of the movie is a CGI fest. Lots of pow pow and bang bang and pew pew. It's fine, I guess. Overall, the movie is fine. I mean, I watched it. It's under 2 hours. Thank goodness it didn't go over 2 hours. But another thing they do good, besides Bucky and Mackie being bros, is they really talk about the expectations of stepping into a role and your legacy. So Captain America, he's not Chris Evans, or Anthony Mackie is not Chris Evans, and he wrestles with that. And even Harrison Ford, who plays the president, at one point says, "You're no Steve Rogers." And so it does that well. There's a few moments where it's just they go into just what it's like for Anthony Mackie to fall below his expectations and be disappointing to the MCU and America and yada yada yada. But I thought that was done well. But it's few and far between those moments. It's better than Ant-Man, which doesn't say jack shit. But Marvel at this point, everything pales in comparison to Infinity War and Endgame. The villain in this is like a Pete Davidson kind of guy. He's always wearing a hoodie and he's ugly. Although Pete Davidson is kind of handsome, I guess. But he's Thanos was the ultimate villain, and he was all CGI, but they did it perfectly with Josh Brolin and the script and all that. So Marvel is still trying to find its way post Infinity War, post Endgame. It may never find its way post Infinity War, post Endgame. They got the Doomsman, Doomsday, Doctor Doom, whatever, coming out next year or 2 years, whatever. It's just a movie, people. Calm down. But it's Captain America, Brave New World is fine. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend against not watching it. You can do whatever you want. Do what you do. Make your family proud. Do what's best for your family. Okay, well, I think I'm done. Take care. Brush your hair. See ya. Peace out. Late.